Okay, so this is going to be another poverty hacks video, although this one won't contain quite so many points in comparison to some of the other ones I expect to make in this series. So there's no major introduction here, so here we go. Maybe once every few months or once every 6 months, at minimum, if you're somebody with fast or high earwax buildup, use something like one of those earwax bulb devices in your ears. I typically don't use the ready-made cleaning solution those come with. I just use like filtered hot water, and I notice that that tends to drastically improve my hearing if I do it at least twice a year. And you don't have to use the Debrox brand if you would rather go cheap on that. You can just get like the Kroger brand or something. Look up prices for certified refurbished Chromebooks. Insofar as like computing devices are necessary for the kinds of work or leisure you are active in, you probably want to look up something like that instead of like, a minimum of $300 computer that is brand new. I am still using a $70 computer I got about a year and a half or 2 years ago, and it still works no differently than it did on day one. So it suits my needs because I typically just do like writing and YouTube with a computer, and sometimes I play using an original Nintendo Switch. I play some video games thanks to a console that is split between me and someone else. But yeah, I think Chromebooks are generally underrated among people who are not in severe need of the felt sensation of privacy. Come up with silly or even crazy seeming interview questions. So imagine a hypothetical scenario in which you own or run like a multi-million-dollar business. Not that you have to pursue that, but think of questions you'd like to ask to people who might be able to write you essays that could change your worldview rather quickly. So here's a question I came up with just now. Would you prefer life without speech or life without writing? And obviously you want to know why the person picks the answer they do to that question. Look up free mobile games when you can, especially if your phone has good battery life or you're not spending all day on your phone and instead you're enjoying empty space or time in nature or time handwriting, blog posts or essays or something. The purpose of video games is partly to give you simulated or pleasurable victories, sometimes in a life situation that's rather bleak. So everything in your life can basically be in the gutter, but if you still derive some sort of pleasure from something, you can keep on going. And I'd rather you do that through a video game than through illicit drugs. This is one you should probably do rarely unless you have really good dental health, but mix an unusual candy into your fresh coffee. Sometimes that radically enhances the experience of the coffee cup you're going to use, the coffee drink, but it doesn't hurt your wallet very much. So you should not do that if you're somebody with a sensitive tummy, but otherwise you might enjoy doing that every once in a while. Put coupons or mini snacks or candies into plastic Easter eggs and leave them in safe places, like a friend's house. I should say a friend's apartment or a friend's bedroom. You might do that when they go to the bathroom or something. I did that a couple times, and normally it was appreciated, if a bit baffling. Let's see what else. So this one is kind of cheesy, I guess, but convert cheap blank coffee cups into improvised visual artworks, or you can get like certain kinds of cups upon which you can superimpose different kinds of art. You know, paper is sort of fragile, but cups are a little bit more resilient, especially if they're like, I don't know, cardboard cups rather than styrofoam ones. And I guess it seems a bit strange or ghetto or something, but you can like print out certain kinds of artwork and then superimpose it upon, if not a cup, then like a piece of cardboard or something, and tilt it on like a mini night table that you use as a writing desk. I've done this before. It's a way to make your living space festive without having to invest a lot of money in an art collection. And on that note, if you like visual art a whole lot, but you don't want to burn a lot of money on a bunch of visual art, I would recommend that you get yourself something like a cheap budget commander deck. Like a Magic the Gathering budget commander deck, you know? Sometimes I find that they're on sale for like $12 or $16 on eBay, and I'm tempted to get them because I just love the visual art that's featured within Magic the Gathering cards. I don't have an earthly idea of how to play the game, I just think the art is gorgeous, and it's kind of a remarkably affordable art collection for people from a bunch of different economic backgrounds, you know. I'm a sucker for beautiful visual art, but I won't talk about that now. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching, have a good day, and God bless.